Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I have a guest. This is Laura Junior.
Hi there.
Laura Senior. Laura is 30 years my junior and loves makeup. She's exceptionally good at applying it. So we wanted to demonstrate today a new palette that I have and that it's wearable for my age and Laura's age, and it's really easy to use. So it's the Body Shop palette. It's a lovely palette, very easy to use. Yeah, so I'll post the link below if you want to get hold of one of these. It's really lovely. So yeah, let's get started. Here's the palette we're going to use today, and it is by the Body Shop.
Fabulous colours in it.
It actually reminds me a little bit of the new Urban Decay Western palette. I'm sure that's what it's called. Is it Western or Go West or something Westernish?
Something like that.
Something Westernish. And it's got that really bright turquoisey shade.
Yeah, that'd be really nice for like darker outfits as well,
Yeah.
just to have a wee pop of colour.
Yeah, so it's kind of a very kind of in colour palette just now. So we're really going to do two different looks. So Laura and I are 30 years apart. I know you can't tell.
No, don't tell anyone.
Laura's 19 and I am 49. So we're going to just demonstrate that this is for any age group. So let's just get started. You've got your brushes, brilliant.
Yes. Do you have a wee concealer there that I could borrow?
Yes, indeed.
Or wee mirrors?
Is this for base?
Yes, so I'm just going to highlight sort of the underbrow first just to get that brightness up a wee bit more, and then I'll pop the eyeshadow on afterwards.
What to do?
So you're going quite neutral, aren't you?
I'm going quite neutral. I think I might go kind of that one there is kind of gunmetal. I think I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to put it all over my lid. I'm not doing a paler lid, I'm just going all over.
The silence.
I know. Now the difference between this palette and something like the Urban Decay Western palette is the colour payoff really. If you're not great at doing makeup, you can't go wrong with the Body Shop one because it's not so densely pigmented as the Urban Decay one will be. So you're not going to have any struggle blending, it's easy to blend. But you do have to put a good base on, so Laura is doing concealer.
Just a wee bit under the brow just to give that brightness a wee bit more.
Yep.
And then the colours will pop. I think if your underbrow and your base is nice and even and bright.
Yep. So you need plenty of base to make the colours stick and last.
Yes. So I'm really just putting that concealer all over my eyelid and under the brow just to highlight it a wee bit more. Are you just going straight in with the colour?
I'm going dark.
Oh, very nice.
Look at, we're facing away from each other, we're like that.
Don't look at me.
So when you're applying colour in your lid, you really want to be using a flat brush with densely packed hairs, not a blending brush. You barely even need to use a blending brush with this palette because it just glides. And you really want to pack it onto the lid.
Okay.
Funny thing, Laura and I both got a mirror, and this is the 30 years age difference. Laura uses the ordinary side and I use the magnifier.
I know, I had to swap it. My
see.
face was like, whoa, so close. Sorry about that.
Mine used to be like that. I actually need a more intense magnification now. I do. Sad but true.
I don't know what mine's going to be inspired by. I think I'm going to do like going out for post-lockdown drinks with the girls.
Yeah.
Have a wee smoky outer corner and a wee pop of colour in the middle, and then
Cool.
I'll highlight that wee inner corner and then the top of under my brow, the brow bone.
Cool.
And the good thing with this palette is there is a wee colour here. It's sort of like a champagne colour. Just that wee one up there, and you can also use it as a highlight, so you could highlight your cheekbones, your nose, your cupid's bow.
Didn't think of that.
Just that wee champagne
Yeah,
colour.
perfect.
So it's good for like a variety of different things. It's very versatile, and it's such a nice wee size as well, so if you need to even touch up if you're going out or whatnot, it's good to keep in your handbag because it's not too big and it's quite light, which is good. So
Laura's actually a photographer, and she's just brilliant at her own makeup, as you will see.
So I think I'm just going to go straight in with that nice sort of light brown colour just for the outside corners of my eyes, just to create a wee bit of depth. Try and do this so you can see.
You know that highlighter you have and it's got pink in it?
Yes.
It's got a pinky tinge. Where's that from?
So that is Kat Von D.
Is it?
Yeah, and it comes in a wee palette with 3 different highlighter shades. So there's a sort of whitish champagne colour, quite similar to that, but it's a bit more white. And there's a peachy highlight, and there's also a pink one. So you can just...
I always love it. You've worn that on holiday before and it's just catches the light.
It does. It reflects
gorgeous.
so nicely.
So I'm now going for one of the more natural colours. Just a pale kind of fawny colour, and I'm using that to blend the gunmetal. I'm blending that into the gunmetal. What it'll do is it'll just diffuse the line, and you won't see where one colour stops and one starts. It just blends seamlessly together. If you ever hear, if you're watching YouTube videos and they talk about a transition colour, that's exactly what it is. It's a transition from one shade to the next. Makes a massive difference if you're not very good at blending.
So you can probably see I've got that nice sort of warm chocolatey colour just on this eye.
Oh, nice!
So that creates that sort of depth in that outer corner, that smoky look. But then again, it's not too heavy, so you can't really go wrong with a nice chocolate brown. Especially if you've got blue eyes like us, you don't want to go too dark sometimes, because then it can kind of be like, wow.
Mine are green, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Similar to Scarlet, I think. But you're right, warm colours work for green and blue, it makes no difference. But it does highlight the colour for sure.
Oh, switch sides. They have both of their mirrors.
This is how we get ready when we're going anywhere, isn't it, Laura? Not.
We're sitting side by side every time.
Like a couple of plums. What's it you say?
I don't know.
It's not plums.
Ah, 2 peas in a pod.
Okay, so I've applied my dark and transition. Now I'm going to do some highlight. I'm going to do what you did, and I'm going to do that concealer thing. If you could pass it over.
Of course. Oh, goodness, I don't break this one.
Thank you.
I'm really just blending and buffing it out to the outer corners. Create a nice blended look. And once you think you're happy with that sort of first colour, then you can always build it up if you need to create more depth, or if you want to blend it out a bit more as well. Then we can go in with that nice wee pop of colour, which I think would be quite interesting.
What highlight are you going to use?
Highlight.
Under your brow? That one?
Yeah, that wee one, that very pale shimmery colour.
I'll use it as well, and then you can see that
Yeah.
when you're old, you can use it too. There's nothing actually, I don't believe there's anything that's not appropriate for older, more mature skin. I think anything goes really, as long as it's applied well.
I agree.
Yeah. You could probably read somewhere that you shouldn't wear highlighter over 40 or something, but it's nonsense.
Whatever you feel confident and happy wearing, then just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
What have you got to lose? I think I'm actually, for the very outer corners, to create a wee bit more of a smoky look, I'm going to go in with just that wee sort of gunmetal colour that you use, just for the very outer bits, just sort of above the lashes.
Do you know what I absolutely love? One of my favourite looks has got to be when you mix cool and warm together. The same as I love silver and gold together. Silver and gold jewellery, always. I love the, I think they complement each other really well, yet people seem to think you can't do one and the other. I think you can, and I think it looks great. So Laura adding the gunmetal will just look lovely against the warmer tones.
Definitely. It's really just to create a wee bit more of a smoky look. If you're not wearing any...
Do you know, watching you do makeup, you're very, very gentle in your application. See this kind of... I'm like...
Get on! No, it's just
a bit rough.
because I used to be very fair, my hair used to be platinum blonde. I was too afraid to go quite heavy in case I would have like panda eyes, so I've always just kind of had that sort of, just do it very carefully in case I go a bit too much.
The blending's amazing though. I really want to use that colour. How am I going to use it? That's the question.
The colour?
That one. I wonder if she do it as an underliner, just for the sake of it.
Yeah, because then it's like you've got your nice sort of neutrals on the top, and then it's like, wow, party underneath.
Do you know who used to do their makeup like this? Really smoky dark eyes on top, usually dark chocolate browns. And she always did blue, that kind of blue actually, inside her waterline. And it looked gorgeous. One of my favourite looks ever, and it was Dani Minogue when she was judging the X Factor.
Oh yeah!
It was just gorgeous
That was
because her
really
eyes are so piercing blue, and it just brought out the colour. I loved it.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go in with like a nice sort of coppery orangey colour, just for a wee pop of something right in the centre of the lid. And even if you're wearing quite a neutral outfit as well, as I am just now, but say you were going out and you were wearing either like a cream or like a beige kind of coloured outfit, this will just add that pop of colour that you're needing. I just think it goes so nicely.
So it's not too flat.
No.
That way, I mean.
Absolutely. So I'm really just tapping that right on into the centre. And the shimmer is so nice as well. Really catches the light.
You know when your eyesight's crap when you have to actually check both sides of the mirror to see which one's magnifier. Oh my god.
So don't worry about any fallout that you get underneath. You can always just brush that away with a wee powder brush as well.
Although I have to say, I don't find this palette has a lot of fallout.
I think the shimmery ones kind of a wee bit, but as I said, it's easy enough just to sweep it away. So I'm just pressing that on to create a nice pigmented look. Look like a nice shiny penny.
I love that.
Then I'll go back in just to blend that wee bit out as well with the darker colour.
I actually think that's where a lot of women go wrong with makeup. It's Laura was just saying there about fallout and clearing it up. I think once women start getting a little bit of droppage, I think it's a disaster and they start wiping it away and freaking out thinking they're messing it up. In actual fact, see if you just ignore the mess and just clean it up at the end.
Yeah, just focus on what's important at the
exactly,
moment.
because you can always fix it.
You can.
Or do your base last.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I would normally always do my eyes first, but in this case I've already done a wee bit of my face, so I can always just put a wee bit of powder over once I've swept it away.
How's that?
So nice. It just adds that really nice pop that you need.
We'll just clean it up and then we'll... So here's an example of a wee clean up. Oh, Laura's still working.
So I'm just, after I've done that, I'm just going with that nice wee champagne colour just in the corners here. Add that wee bit of brightness and above my brow. Above my brow. Under my brow. And it just adds a really nice, you know what I mean.
That's one thing I would say about age. When Laura uses highlighter like into the inner corner, when I've seen her doing her makeup so many times for going out and it looks amazing, when your eyes are a little bit older, it's not always, it doesn't always work. I sometimes do it, but you have to kind of be careful what you're using. It has to be quite a creamy highlighter. Sparkling highlighter like this palette doesn't do anything for me. It really does kind of show up
I think
crepiness.
with sparkles, I think less is more. You can definitely go a wee bit overboard with sparkles and not even realise.
Yes.
But see, if you were going on a night out though, I suppose it wouldn't matter too much, but if you were doing, like for example, your day-to-day, always be careful with it. But it does really add that really nice pop. So I'm now going to go in and just blend that nice bronzy colour in the darker colour so it's a wee bit more natural looking.
Nothing looks good in my opinion until you've got mascara on.
Yeah. You can even add a wee bit of liner as well if you want to have that nice sort of snatched look.
You suit liner on your waterline.
Yeah.
You shouldn't suit it with your eye shape. You would think it wouldn't work, but it actually does. On my eyes, waterline liner looks dreadful. I think my eyes are too deep set and it just pushes them further into my skull, which you don't really want.
I've got quite small eyes, so I think it kind of makes them look a wee bit bigger as well.
It does make them pop.
Do you have a wee brush that I could sweep this wee bit away? Just like a wee...
Clean up?
Yeah. Thank you. That's perfect. So all you really need to do is just go whoop, sweep it away, and then you can always go ahead and add a wee bit of under eye powder just to sort of tidy it up a wee bit more. So I'm just going in with that first colour that I used, that really sort of like nice chocolate brown, just on the very outer parts of my under eye, to create that nice sort of like catty look almost. I'm just going to use this wee flat brush just to create a wee flick with that gunpowder sort of colour.
Gunmetal.
Gunpowder. Sorry about me.
Guy Fawkes sitting there. I've got very bleary eyes today. I had a tipple last night, not going to lie.
Tipple or
Tipple or
500?
500.
We don't need to talk about that.
No.
We all knew it.
It's just because I was celebrating. So there ain't nothing I can do about the bleariness. But the eyes are pretty much done, I think.
It's popping.
You alright?
Definitely.
I'm going to do some lippy. If you haven't watched the video put out last week, if you want an example how not to do your lip liner, watch it. I'll put it up here. I think when I started doing YouTube, it's not until you look back at yourself on film and you realise the things you really shouldn't be doing, and one of them was overdrawing my lip line and then putting on a really matte peachy shade. It just looked hideous. Yeah, so
Well,
when I watched myself back, I was really cringing.
you live and you learn, don't you?
You think I'd learned by now?
I'm pretty much done. As I said, I'd already kind of done my base before, so I was really just doing my eyes.
You see? You see, it's lovely. Do you know, neither of us have done top liner. Do you ever miss top liner out?
As in like eyeliner.
Top liner?
Oh, like under the lashes.
No, like,
eyeliner. Yeah, I mean,
I quite like it not wearing it sometimes.
yeah. My eyes water quite a lot, so I tend just to go and try and make it look like I've got eyeliner on with just the eyeshadow, because no eyeliner really stays on my lips.
Well, do you know, talking of watery eyes, I get the same problem.
It's a nightmare.
So, I did a bit of investigation and I found this. Actually, I know what it was. I was getting my eyes tested and I asked the optician what can I do for watery eyes, and she suggested this. It's for dry eyes, and she said that tends to be the reason. Plus, she just given me an eye exam and she said that was what it was. So this is really good. Just a couple of drops. That might work for you. And I noticed I wore it. I put those in one day going for a walk, and normally as soon as I go outside my eyes start streaming, and they weren't. So
Magic.
yeah. This is Beauty Pie. You could use this. I'll just get you a brush.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Laura can really go to town with highlighter because she's got 19-year-old skin and there's not a line to be seen. So highlighter can look lovely, like lots of it in the cheekbones. I, on the other hand, have to have a little touch, or it just looks. It just becomes. It's not flattering. That's what I'm trying to say. So while Laura's finishing off, I am going to zoom in and let you see this look. There we are.
That looks really nice.
And Laura's going to zoom in when she's done.
So this is the final look.
Lovely.
Do you want to take any inspiration?
So as you can see, it's a really easy palette to use. Do you not think it's amazing to blend? Whoops.
Sorry. Yes, it is. It blends so well.
But it's the easiest palette to use and to blend if you're not particularly confident with makeup. You want your eyes to be dark or smoky, but you don't want them to be thick, dark eyes. You know, this is a dark colour, but it doesn't look too dark.
It's nice and soft, and it's very blendable.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think we like it. So yeah. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please press the subscribe button and please hit the bell and press all. It means every time I upload you'll be notified. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.